Hello everybody, my name is Andy and I'm a student who is learning MGB 2230 is organizational behavior. So this is a video about my review of the book named The Powers of Lead, and it's written by Joseph Nye, John Butler, and Grant Walker. It is a book mainly focuses on the evolution of leadership theory and practice through the primary research in leadership made by Nye. That's his name, the first one. And he does not only explain different leadership styles in this book, with many examples of leaders in politics, social activities, and business, but he also encourages the readers to have a different thinking on some recognized ideas about leadership. And the book separates these things into 5 chapters. The topic of this book can be an important and useful one for those who are learning or just interested in organizational behavior, because, as we all know, leadership is one of the significant issues in organizational behavior theories. According to Edward, leadership is a complex topic. Although the concepts related to leadership are well described in textbooks, and some of the opinions about leadership are similar to the ones in The Powers to Lead, the book still contains some fresh ideas and examples which can expand your horizon to leadership. Now, in order to make you understand what are specifically discussed in the book, I'm going to shortly describe 3 topic ideas that are raised by Nye in this book. The first idea I would like to describe is the idea about hard power and soft power in leadership. It's in chapter 2, and named Leadership and Power. There's a discussion about the difference and connection between hard power and soft power. Hard power is a general idea about leadership that leaders can force others with threats or induce them with payments to affect the behavior of others to achieve the goal, while soft power focuses on how to get the ideal outcomes by attracting others to cooperate with you instead of forcing them. Although Nye is credited with creating the term soft power, and it seems to be an opposite idea with hard power, he does not deny the rationality of hard power. On the contrary, he thinks it is more effective for a leader to have both hard power and soft power. In real-world situations, hard power and soft power are often combined, sometimes with a soft layer of attraction overlaid on underlying relationships that rest on coercion or payments. A vivid example is a government may try to persuade young people to forgo drugs with an advertisement campaign featuring attractive celebrities, which is an example of soft power. But if this soft power fails, the hard power of law enforcement remains. Alright, after talking about what is hard and soft power, in chapter 3 of this book, its name is Types and Skills. Nye lists some critical skills which are important for leaders to combine hard power and soft power. In order not to make this video too long, I will just describe the 3 skills which are important for the soft part in the mixture. They are emotional intelligence, communication, and vision. Emotional intelligence is the self-mastery, discipline, and the empathic ability that allows leaders to channel their personal passions and attract others. It helps leaders manage their charm or personal magnetism across changing contexts to attract people to help them achieve their purposes. Even individuals present themselves to others in a variety of ways to manage their impressions. Then, being good at communication in many different ways is a necessary soft power skill for leaders and followers. It can make them know each other and get along well. And the last one is vision. It is part of what leaders communicate with followers. Our skill in articulating a big picture and give meaning to an idea and inspire others. The reason why vision is important is that it is one of the ways the leaders help to create shared objectives. The last but not the least, in Chapter 5, Good and Bad Leaders, the author discusses the definition of what is a good leader and what is a bad leader, and he thinks it is actually difficult to define good and bad accurately with most people's accepted ideas. Because the word good is often used as an ambiguous conception. In other words, it is sometimes used to mean ethical and sometimes to mean effective. But I think it is unreasonable to separate these two aspects and only think about one of them when defining a leader, because the result will be incomplete and one-sided. He suggests that we should consider both effectiveness and the ethics of a leader, so that the conclusion will be more accurate. Regard one who has both excellent leadership and good behavior as a good leader, and the one who is incompetent and graceless as a bad leader. Okay, now is the time for me to share my own thinking towards the ideas I share. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know this part is supposed to be a critical part, but after reading, I find the main problem of this book is that it doesn't discuss some issues very clearly. The author's work is really curt in some ways. This means you can spend less time to read it, and the terms mentioned in this book are much easier to understand. But this also means the book is only able to describe some concepts briefly. For example, it only explains what emotional intelligence is and how important it is for leadership, but doesn't talk about how to improve oneself for better emotional intelligence. Yeah, so it's also important for leaders. I think his writing should have been more thorough. However, for the topic ideas in this book, I really agree with the ideas. And I agree with the ideas of combined hard power and soft power because we all know that a leader will not be welcome if he or she only use hard power to force and bully others. And the leadership will also be flashy if it only has soft power. A leader should be able to win hearts and minds as well as having a strong hand. And I also like the idea of considering both the effectiveness and the ethics of a leader. Because I think leaders are the role models of teams. Neither a leader with a poor execution nor the one who is bad ethics should be recognized as a good leader. So, final. My suggestion of this book is that you can read it to expand the understanding of the concepts involved in leadership. It can be a useful resource if you need ideas and examples of leadership. But if you want to know how to do what, then this book is not so useful. Okay, I think that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching and bye.